Hey guys, it's Coach Carrie, and yesterday I think I received probably 5 different messages on this new broccoli crust pizza that evidently hit Facebook. So no, I've never tried it before, but I just so happened to have some broccoli, and so I thought, okay, we'll give it a shot. I'll give you my honest review, and we'll kind of go from there, because who's ever not craving pizza?
So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and shred my mozzarella cheese, and I'm using a whole block of cheese, and I love to use my Ninja food processor. This just makes things really simple for me. But I'm putting the cheese in here first, and that way I don't have to worry about the broccoli on my cheese later. So all I do is crumble up the cheese, throw it in there, and push the on button, and voila, I have shredded cheese. So now that I have my shredded cheese, I'm going to be adding my steamed broccoli. So this ends up being about 3 to 4 cups of broccoli if you go ahead and chop that up. And again, I'm putting this in my food processor, and I'm just going to pulse that until it is very fine. You will notice that broccoli has a lot of water in it. So one of the key elements to this recipe is to make sure that you get all the water out. You would do the exact same thing if you are doing a cauliflower crust recipe. All right, so we have our steamed broccoli in here, put it in the food processor, and voila, again, I have my chopped up broccoli. So I'm using just a regular old tea towel. I always like to use an older one. Don't use a new one, otherwise it's going to stain it. But go ahead and put all your broccoli in there. And what you're going to do is just take it, fold it up, and then you're going to squeeze all of the water out. Again, that is one of the key elements to this recipe. If you have a recipe that is full of water, the crust is not going to stick together. You want it as dry as you can possibly get it. So just take it, squeeze it out, and you will see from here there is a big difference in how much broccoli I actually have now. So once you have the dried out broccoli, you're going to put it back in your food processor. And I'm taking about 1 1/4 cups of cheese, and then I'm just going to put that into my broccoli blend here. I'm adding some nutritional yeast here, probably about 1/3 cup. I don't like to measure too much when it comes to my spices. I just measure until my heart is content. But the nutritional yeast has a cheesy taste without adding more dairy to it. This is going to be 1 teaspoon of the minced garlic. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the pink sea salt, some black pepper, minced onion, and also some parsley. Add 3 eggs. And then we're going to process all of this together to make our broccoli crust. All right, so now I have my pizza pan out, and I'm going to be adding some parchment paper to this. I did not spray it. There's not really a need to do that with parchment paper, but I'm going to take all of my broccoli and I'm just putting it down on the pizza crust pan here. Once you get all the broccoli out, then you're going to actually spread it out with your hand to make a pizza shape. You don't want it too thick. I think if it's too thick, it's not going to get that crispiness that you want in a crust. So this probably end up being, I don't know, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, I'm guessing. So just basically what you would think of as a thin crust pizza. It does feel watery when you go to press on it, but I found that after it cooks in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 minutes, all the dryness is completely out. Alright, so here is our pre on the crust, and again, oven 400 degrees, 25 minutes. And while that was baking, I went ahead and added some turkey bacon and some purple onions. I figured I wouldn't add any more vegetables to it since I'm giving this to my kids and I'm making them eat all that broccoli tonight. So we're just going to do kind of a protein topping on this. Okay, now I did go ahead and flip the crust when I got it out just because I wanted to make sure that it did not stick to the parchment paper, which it did not. It came out beautifully. So this is actually the bottom of the crust. So if you want to do that, it's fine. It's not necessary, but I went ahead and did that extra step. Now I'm using the extra mozzarella cheese that I had chopped up earlier, and I'm going to put this onto the pizza crust. Notice I did not add any marinara sauce. I'm going to have that on the side as a dipping sauce. And for our toppings, we're going to be adding the turkey bacon and also the purple onion that I had fried up. And all I did was fry that up with just a little bit of coconut oil so it wouldn't stick. Put all that on there evenly. And then the next thing that we're going to do is actually broil it just for a few minutes. Don't let it get too hot. I don't want you burning your pizza that you worked so hard to cook. So you're going to broil it just for a few minutes until all the cheese is a nice golden brown color, and then it's going to be ready to go. Oh yeah, we got to have oregano, don't we? All right, so add that oregano on top of there too. That always gives you a nice pizza flavor. All right, now we're ready to broil it. And this is what it turns out to look like, guys. It's delicious.